Hey everybody, it's Wendy. I have Dryer Fireman on site at my house this morning. This is John, and he is what you might consider as a dryer scientist. Is that what you would call yourself?
Yeah, dryer scientist sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Dryer
And
specialist.
dryer specialist. Okay, I like it. I like it. And so, tell me a little bit about what you did this morning for me over here at the East Atomic Ranch.
So, the company, Fireman DRYERMAN, it's a group of local firefighters. On our off time, we clean dryer vents and service the inside of the dryer. We do both. So, today I met with Wendy Crone, and typically how it goes is we have a website. You can go online, book an appointment, or call the number online if you don't see something that exactly works with you that's on the schedule online. One of the firefighters that works in your area of town will show up and go over with you any problems you're having with the machine. They'll assess your airflow on your dryer vent,
Okay.
and then go over what they found, how bad the airflow was, if they recommend getting it cleaned out or not. And then we'll go ahead, we'll pull out your machine, we'll clean all behind it. Usually it's gets a little dirty back there. And we'll go ahead and clean out the whole vent. We have a brush, we brush it through. We take it all in a big vacuum we have, keep it nice and clean. And after we do the vent, we have the option of, we'll open up your machine. This is kind of more of the safety part too, where the machines are surprisingly get a lot of lint built up inside. The seals are not airtight, and it can be very surprising how much gets in there.
Okay.
And it kind of builds up around the heating element, and that's really the firefighter safety side of it, but it's also good for the longevity of your machine. So we'll clean out the vent, the machine, and when we're done, we'll reassess and make sure everything's good, and we'll wrap it up from there.
Cool. And
So
how
that's
long?
what we did.
How long does it take you to service a dryer?
So
Typically.
today, it's been about an hour 15, hour 30 minutes.
Okay.
Depends on some dryers we need to climb in the attic, some we go on the roof, some we can access from the outside. It really depends on how crazy of a vent setup you have, but the typical appointment is an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay. And then, so in my dryer, what did you find? I mean, what was significant to you today?
Well, people with pets typically have more pet hair inside the dryer. It can get built up a pretty large amount. Just there's not much you can do about it. It's the downside of having a pet. Maybe just the pet hair gets everywhere. So
Okay.
we found the decreased airflow on the outside vent, cleaned it out, and the airflow is a lot better. So drying times will reduce. You use less energy, make your machine last longer, and you won't have to wait as long to have your clothes dry.
Okay. And anything else that you think that we need to know? How often should we do this? Like, have this service done?
The recommendation is typically we start at 2 years and we adjust up or down depending on the type of vent. We found certain vents require a little bit more frequent and some can go longer, but really the true telltale sign is if you start to, around the 2 year mark, start to notice pay attention if your clothes are starting to take longer to dry.
Okay.
And then you'll know it's probably getting clogged up, and we'll have somebody come out and reassess it for you and see if we recommend having it cleaned or not.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit about your company. How long have you guys been doing this, and how did it get started?
This company got started a little over 2 years ago. A firefighter I worked with for 5 years, his name is Brett Ketchum. He's the owner of the company. On his off time, he was doing handyman work, and people were calling him a lot.
Okay.
Hey, my dryer's broken, it's not drying my clothes. And he was showing up, and sure enough, 99% of the time, the dryer wasn't broken, but it was the dryer vents were clogged.
Yes.
So he started really, kind of going on the dryer vent kind of side of things, and ended up being a huge demand. It's a problem people don't typically think about.
Okay.
And it's just kind of gone from there, and then there's 6 or 7 firefighters doing it.
Oh, sweet. So how many of these a week do you guys do, would you say?
As a total company,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to say as a total. I know myself, I try to do around 15 to
15?
20. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
So, yeah, we just do it on our off time, and we have lots of availability since we have so many firefighters on different shifts. So it covers pretty much every day of the week. We
Very
want to
good.
get it done. So,
Okay.
and like I said, if there's not a time on there, you can just give Brett a call, and he'll find a way to get somebody out there for
Okay.
you. So
And then what areas do you guys service?
pretty much all of Austin and Dripping Springs area,
Okay.
but it's always we have a zip code where you can pick online. If you don't see your zip code, you can always call Brett, and
Yep.
Somebody that's kind of in that area, he can give them a ring and be like, hey, we have somebody that really needs a vent cleaning, and
Awesome.
usually we can accommodate you out there. So even if you don't see your zip code,
Cool.
it's worth giving it a shot.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your service, firefighting and also dryer fighting. Or you're saving lives all the way around. So thank you so much. I'm going to
Thank you.
zoom in on your T-shirt.
All right.